parliament ya Uganda abaro abakiri no babuza haba kwatarine na aba opposition hata bakiriyo namazima bakiriyo izuba rya hati ihohurikize parliament yagaruka yashita makuru ya umurembo urwaguru kandi hakorroye ibintu bingi batanka kare umukasheshe herizo bakera batanka kare umukasheshe yaboho binge byakorwa parliament y'ihanga area Uganda okwerereka president no ya addressing parliament ngo kutwa kugambiro babano batandika inshutamezi kuri yo matemba gihanga area Uganda yagamba binge bikwatarine na okuretaho impinda hinduka omuntasya yamaka yagamba binge ibimwe byose rino biteganisa amatemba ga Uganda hamwe na nihanga area Uganda konga tutakashikiraho ibohurikize habigambo bya president okuya addressing parliament hamwe na nihanga izoba rya hati kuri yo matemba aga Uganda asaidi yabarukwakanisa government no manya ati kwako bakanto kose tskoja ngo ntwantu following ngo buntu konka hinaba kwa bine interest umukomanya ikiri kugenda mu meisho aboro bajoro kwakanisa government ibohurikize bargayo bagira ngo hachikwatirine na leader wa opposition oroho hati no kitinisa jewe resenyo ngo batandike kumutera karuru abarukwakanisa government weno lina planning echi lina planning echi iwo kurikize okurigira hangenderoho eyihanga area Uganda atko eya kinana na ibiri atko eya kinana na ibiri part eya engenderoho eya Uganda hamwe na part 2A ya administration of parliament amendment ibakoziremu act 2026 akacombagira ngo tuteho twagira mu bya multi-party system twagira mu multi-party politics Nkumi 25 na non parliament hazemu leader wa opposition Brian na Sasra Gomez yebare munonga ari mu Kampala Steve Newe yebare munonga namwe nabari no batfollowinga so okwihobo omwitegere bakacombagira ngo hazeho na leader wa opposition Nshonga yaretsire leader wa opposition neha keeping a government in check hamwe no checking ha government or leader wa opposition obwa hati ni Joel Senyonyi akisha yagira ubutikirizana na bamwe ba member ba parliament umurubajoro kwakanisa government bamwe actually Joel Senyonyi wenkana nabandi abari umurubajoro kwakanisa government omukibine cya NUP cyaretero kujema bamwe actually barangira igintu basa kugeta ku awe vatujya ngo bakigambire ngo nuku ku yebiro bice kuriya umuruguru kumanya bari yabirangirire Honorable Abed Bwanika akaitwa leader wa opposition. Mwana wanje umunyamakuru Kazibwe Bashir Mbazira KBM Live nawe yayirangirira Minister wa Information. Abantu bakira kwibumwe sitakagira cyahati abantu amaze bishike.
Article 82A1 clearly says that there shall be a leader of opposition in the parliament. In absence of the leader of opposition, Dr. Abed Bwanika is able, willing and ready.
Nyamantu bakatera ingaro bahemba ba parliament. Bakatera ingaro. Maybe umuntu asakwa cyakoma hari. Abed Bwanika. Mwana wanje umunyamakuru Kazibwe Bashir Mbazira. Nakakora nkibi. Naho yayirangira. Nako irangira.
I'm Haj Kazibwe Bashir Mbazira, Member of Parliament representing the people of Kawempe South. As you can see, I'm a proud member of the National Unity Platform. I'm also the self-appointed minister in charge of information, communication, and national guidance. Thank you.
Iwo kurikize ebyo bireho nyuma abaziho. Na nebindi byo rukumanye bitugambira hizo bari hanyuma abaziho. Izo bari hati ababashitami parliament kuriya omuruguru. Hargayo abanda barukwakanisa government. Okuruga omukibina echa DP. Hargayo owekitinisa Richard Rumu ogunajwekera aba Mitiana South. Yargaye ashaba parliament yihanga area Uganda ngo bamuhereze leave. Leave no manya kare kuhumuraho. Ya leta private members bill. Konga yagira ngo bamwikirize ayongere na no kuza kugikora ho research. Azeho mukahumura. Egi private members bill ekwatere naki aba opposition batandikiye kufitira karuru leader wa opposition. None senyonyi asa kuba hortaro rutandikire rugumire hortaro ndo basa kuba rugumire hortaro ndo basa kuba rugumire okurigira rombe gambo bya Richard Rumu wa Mitiana South. Nagira ngo hasaidi yorubashoro kwakanisa government. Haro abantu abarukitwara nkabaruko owninga abanyishengera barukwakanisa government. Nagira ngo turi multi party system, turi munkore ya demokrasia. Nkoko barukutera karuru president. Nkoko barukutera karuru speaker wishengero. Nitwa bari yaho mu parliament bakatutera karuru. Nitwenda koreta ho buringaniza na leader wa opposition abarukwakanisa government bamutera karuru. Leader wa opposition uko barukumuronda ikibine kiri kuba kiri ecya kabiri nicyo kiri kuronda leader wa opposition. For example nka no enyima haka hariyo FDC abakujya ngo rikaba ebe ya kabiri nabo bayina abanyishengero bengi. So ekibine cya kabiri bamukugira abanyishengero bengi nabo bari kugira leader wa opposition. Abanyishengero no bagira ngo eki tikikire hariho butari buringaniza hariho abaine issues obugabe bwabo buriyo niburubatirwa eki barikwenda obwahati nibenda ngu leader wa opposition batandike kumuterera karuru. So biriya ebindi section eya mukaga akashonjere kyakaba hamwe na rules ezikwatirine na rope ruru eyi 14 akana kukubanza mu rules za parliament abaru bajuru kwakanisa government arahebagira ngo hariho ekitosere nturitana nacyo okurigira hamnyishengero ogu okurga omukibine kya Democratic Party Richard Lumu nagira ngo mbwire obwa FDC hariho behavior yaberereho nanumbwire obwa National Unity Platform hariho issues ziriho so yashaba leave yashaba speaker kandi hine abandi bamushagika Michael Kakembo ogunajwekera Entebbe municipality yagira ngo tikine buzubu nabarukwakanisa government okuterera karuru leader wa opposition ubu barikwenda amweno wareteki ishka yo hurikize bamwe abarukwakanisa government abariyo nabingi hariho ba MP hariho ababukomansimbi member wa parliament Veronica Nanyondo hariho Wanjeru municipality Jimmy Rwanga hariho Wabukoto Sausi Twaha Kagabo Wakawempe Sausi Bashiru Kazibwe Mbazira mushabire Bashiru Kazibwe Mbazira umunywana wanje umunyamakuru Mbazira owe omuconstituency abiki binake batwarayo mu rukungana uyo muri Kavure batwarayo aba hariyo urukiko barino baza kuronda bebembeze sokonka ogu yahereze kwerangirira atari parliament sitamire kuri yo mu ruguru ayirangirira nka minister wa information omushado cabinet koga kandi kuriya omwishazariye Kawempe South kuri yo wa Bashiru Kazibwe Mbazira iki bari yo bamukora ha ground n'ikindi mwana we yazo mu parliament mazima atari Steve baza kutandika kisange kindi hariyo Abed Bwanaka awakimanya kabonera n'abandi abanyishingira kurga ombibine birukwakanisa government omuzinde political parties nga FDC jema hariyo kuriya omumatemba ga Uganda mu parliament so omunyishengero gwiwo hurjize heine abamushagika abarukwakanisa government actually bagira ngo aze gukora research aze kongera bamwikiza kureta private members bill hariho umunyishengero wanogira issue sensitive habwenche noza kusekinga leave kugira ngo banze zo mu leave ekintu basa kuyora kwa kusotinga speaker ajya tuburekere
to hold a leader of the opposition or a chief whip accountable, cognizant of the need to entrench democratic principles in electing a leader of the opposition in parliament and chief opposition whip as representative of all members of opposition in parliament. Now therefore, be it resolved that Parliament grants me leave, Madam Speaker, I pray, Madam Speaker, to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Administration of Parliament Amendment Bill, a draft which is attached here to my motion. So I pray.
Thank you. Do you want to justify your motion?
Yes, Madam Speaker, thank you very much. Madam Speaker, election is the epitome of democracy. Madam Speaker, even the Pope welcome from the Holy See. As Catholics, I'm a Catholic. There is an election of the Pope, the highest and respected leader in the world. If there is an election there must be an election here. We are in the opposition, Madam Speaker. When we are elected, we came here. By that time, you were not the Speaker. We also elected you, Madam Speaker. The very reason why you are sitting in that seat. We also elect the President. Every 5 years, there is election in Uganda. Therefore, there is no reason when we come to Parliament as members of the opposition, we don't elect our leader, who is the leader of opposition. I want to pray before you, members of Parliament, that it is important that the pillar of democracy, which is election, should actually be done by us, the opposition, who are actually about to take power. So I thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The justification is just clear and right on the wall. We need an election clear in the opposition. Other than
there is
that,
an order.
Madam Speaker, I feel very sad to put my very, very good friend, Honorable Lemo, on order. Madam Speaker, when you look at the practice and the framers and those who enacted the Parliamentary Act, as it stands now, there are issues embedded as to why the current arrangement in Parliament is working appropriately. Because when you look at the entire structure of the Parliament, we have not had even a situation, for example, in Uganda, where the ruling government elects their chief whips, where we have the prime ministers being elected, or the ministers even being elected. So this motion is trying to present to us, the members of Parliament, is actually very dangerous. So is he in order? Is the mover of the motion in order to even seek leave to do the obvious, which is actually the best practice ever done in Uganda, done in East Africa, done elsewhere, to amend the Parliamentary Act? Is he in order?
Honourable members, the Administration of Parliament Act, the section that is quoting is not entrenched. And the honourable member is just seeking leave. The best we can do, if we are not in agreement with what the honourable member is saying, we follow this to the committee and fail it at the committee or fail it in the House when it comes for the second reading.
Iwohurikize ohirewejo bamemba ba paramenti iwohurikize hona nabo barabyeho basima president w'ihanga area Uganda bayikiriza obusinjo buretseroho government eriyo mbwebembezi ya National Resistance Movement NRM na president w'ihanga area Uganda hamwe na n'engabo eza Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF habo kuretaho obusinjo mu matemba g'ihanga area Uganda umnyishengero wakazo Honorable Dan atujishire kimusho n'abandi abanyishengero basima omwebembezi w'ihanga habo kuretaho obusinje omu matemba g'ihanga area Uganda kuriya hari Kaunda Grounds omurembo orwa Guru. Honorable Dan Kimusho cyagira ngo bagenzereho na n'umurembo orwa Guru nyakiro kwitegereza muharebereyo obusinge.
The function of the Uganda People's Defense Force as a preservation and defense of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Uganda, aware that the Lord's Resistance Army caused conflict in the northern region between the period of 1986 to 2007 onwards, making it one of Africa's longest conflict, occasioning humanitarian crisis and widespread of human rights violations, such as death of more than thousands of civilians, abductions of children, rape, mutilation, displacement of civilians, torture, slavery, use of children soldiers, and mass destruction of property. Further, aware that the West Nile sub-region further experienced insurgency from the Uganda National Rescue Front to the Lord's Resistance Army and the Holy Spirit Movement led by Ursula Quena, who waged war against the National Resistance Movement government in 1986.
Motion eyo kusima president yaretwa umnyishengero wishaza area kazo Honorable Kimusho kandi yashajwa abandi abanyishengero abarukuruga omu matemba g'ihanga area Uganda.
As we started our first ever regional parliamentary meeting, while I was seated in the tent, I had a reflection about what is happening here, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues. And in my mind and in my heart, I felt this was extraordinary. Extraordinary not because we are in Gulu, extraordinary not because the parliament has come here, extraordinary because I reflected on what used to be here and what is here and what it has taken to put what is in place in northern Uganda and in Guru in particular. I felt, Right Honorable Speaker, that it has taken extraordinary effort by the visionary leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, guiding the Uganda People's Defense Forces, a force that has sacrificed for over 20 years, trying to stabilize the northern region. I reflected, Right Honorable Speaker, a situation where they used to tell us that guns would be singing in different tones, alto, bass, and soprano, from morning to evening. That this place, there would never be a convergence of family. People were at their run. That the pictures we used to see of people having padlocks on their lips. Right Honorable Speaker, it dawned onto my mind and heart that this cannot be taken for granted. That this effort, Right Honorable Speaker, ought to be recognized and appreciated by the whole Parliament and Uganda at large.
Tiriyo parliament y'ihanga area Uganda byasibayo izoba rya hati nawe president omukwadressinga ihanga yagamba ibintu bingi hohurikize ebyose bibaho mu matemba g'ihanga area Uganda kandi yasima na paramenti okurukoganizinga ekikozweho mu matemba g'ihanga erya Uganda na munongo bukwatirina no kuretaho obusingena no kurwanisa ebyosire nebiteganisa abantu kuri yo mu matemba g'ihanga erya Uganda.
Recognizing the work of the UPDF and the NRM in pacifying northern Uganda and pacifying the whole country. What you need to know, this is important for you if you are going to make useful contribution, is that the ability of the UPDF to do what has defied other governments, because like the insecurity of Karamoja was not new at all. It had been there even in colonial times. It only got worse after 1979 when the Mafeniko, one of the tribes of Karamoja, looted their arms in Moroto barracks after the Amin soldiers ran away. They were able to get automatic weapons, which they had not so much before. But otherwise, the insecurity was there all the time. The reason we were able to do these tasks is because ideology. Because you remember, I was part of fighting Idi Amin. Nobody can say he fought Idi Amin more than I did. But as we were fighting Idi Amin, we always told our people and everybody that, look here, don't blame the mistakes of Idi Amin on all the West Nileers. Because all these things Amin is doing, he doesn't consult the people in West Nile, the villagers. He does them with a small clique of idiots. And don't blame the people of West Nile for this. Even when we were fighting UPC, it was the same. We told our cadres, don't blame the people of northern Uganda, of Acholi, Lango, for the mistakes of Obote.
Tena na mshanshka tonyeze mnana kazofama omshomesa